Right now, your dog is doing something to your brain, not metaphorically, chemically, and it's the same exact thing that happens inside a mother holding her newborn. Here's the part nobody tells you. The switch that makes your dog love you, it has an off position, and most people flip it without ever knowing it was there. So let's find it. We share almost all of our DNA with apes. We built cities next to horses, cats, cattle, but there's one animal that feels closer than any of them. Closer, sometimes, than people. Why that one? Why the dog? For a long time, the answer was just domestication. We tamed them, they stuck around. But in 2015, a team in Japan, led by researcher Miho Nagasawa, went looking for the actual mechanism, and what they found rewired how we understand the whole relationship. Here's the finding, then how they got it. When you and your dog look into each other's eyes, both of your brains release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, the one that fires between a parent and an infant. The experiment, dog and owner in a room, 30 minutes, oxytocin measured before and after. The pairs that held long mutual gazes, their levels climbed, together, in sync. Then they ran the exact same test, with wolves. Wolves raised by humans, from puppyhood, familiar, attached. Nothing. Wolves barely hold your gaze at all. The loop didn't fire. Sit with what that means. Your dog didn't just get friendly. Somewhere across thousands of years, dogs evolved a way to reach into the circuit your body uses to love your own children, and switch it on, with nothing but a look. A wolf can't do it, an ape can't do it, your dog does it before breakfast. That's not loyalty as a feeling. That's loyalty as biology. When your dog looks at you, some part of your brain genuinely cannot tell the difference between that and family. One honest thing, because it matters. Whether this fully co-evolved is still debated, and the hormone results don't replicate perfectly in every follow-up study. But the core result, dogs trigger the gaze oxytocin loop and wolves don't, is real. It's strange, and it's yours. But that still doesn't explain the specific thing you feel, because it's not just love. Next to your dog, something in you goes quiet. Here's why. Your mind has a gift that's also a tax. You can time travel. You can stand in this room and be 3 days into next week, running a conversation that hasn't happened, bracing for a bill, replaying a thing you said years ago. Your attention is almost never actually here. Now, quick myth to kill, because you've heard it. Dogs don't live in an eternal present with no memory. They remember plenty. That's not it. It's that a dog's attention is anchored to now in a way yours isn't. And when you sit next to a creature whose entire nervous system is tuned to this second, and who is chemically locked onto you, your own threat simulator loses the thread. The quiet was never the dog fixing you. It's the loop pulling your attention back to the one place your anxiety can't follow, the present. Which means you don't have to wait to feel it. You can start the loop on purpose. 60 seconds. Get on your dog's level. Soft eyes, not a hard stare. A hard stare reads as a threat to a dog, so relax the face. Slow blinks. Let them look back. That's it. You're not spending time with your dog. You're manually firing the exact circuit the study measured. The calm isn't a reward you earn afterward. The 60 seconds is the mechanism. That's the whole thing happening. Do it once, deliberately, and you'll feel where the volume knob is. Now, the part that keeps this honest. That same nervous system running the bond, underneath it runs an older system, survival, and the two don't fire at once. When a dog feels cornered, trapped, in pain, pushed past what it can handle, the bonding circuit goes dark, and the threat circuit takes the wheel. The love doesn't vanish, it gets overridden. And here's the dangerous myth, the one that gets people bitten, that aggression comes out of nowhere. It almost never does. Out of nowhere means the warnings got missed. Because the loyalty is real, but it's sitting on top of an animal, not a person. And an animal has a threshold, every one of them, even the gentlest. So the off switch has a warning system, and it's shockingly clear once you can see it. Before a dog ever snaps, it climbs a ladder. Lip licks when there's nothing to taste, turning the head away, the whites of the eyes showing. a half moon of white, a yawn when it isn't tired. Then the body stiffens, then a freeze, then, near the top, the growl. And here's the thing most people get exactly backwards. The growl is not the problem. The growl is honesty. It's your dog telling the truth about where the line is. Punish the growl, and you don't remove the feeling. You remove the warning. You teach the dog to skip straight to the top of the ladder. A dog that bit with no warning is very often a dog that was taught its warnings weren't allowed. Reading the ladder is how you make sure the off switch never gets flipped. Not by controlling the dog, by listening to it. And this is closer than it sounds. You're not learning to be a trainer. You're learning to read one animal you already love. Think of the ordinary version of this. Someone whose dog suddenly snapped at a kid on the couch. Devastating, felt like betrayal. Then they learned the ladder, and looking back, they could see it. The dog had been licking its lips, turning away, showing the white of its eye, for weeks. On that couch, every time, asking for space in the only language it had. Nothing exceptional happened there. No hero, no expert. Just an ordinary person who stopped reading the dog as a person and started reading it as a dog. That's the whole skill. It's completely learnable, and you already have the only two things it needs: this animal and your attention. So here's where we landed. The thing you feel next to your dog was never magic, and it was never unconditional. It was a loop, a real, measurable circuit your dog evolved to reach you through. One you can start on purpose, one that quiets a mind you can't quiet alone, and one that has a limit, marked out clearly, in a language most people never bother to learn. Your dog chose you in something older than words. The least you can do is learn to answer,